Imagine if every moment of your life was spent chasing other people's approval, worrying about their opinions, or trying to fit into their expectations. How much of your true potential are you leaving untapped? The power of focus on yourself is the ultimate game changer. When you redirect your energy inward, prioritize your growth, and invest in your mind, body, and spirit, your life transforms. Opportunities multiply, confidence soars, and your inner strength becomes unshakable. Today, we'll explore how focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's the smartest, most strategic choice you can ever make. Understanding the true meaning of focusing on yourself. Focusing on yourself is often misunderstood. Many think it means selfishness or ignoring the needs of others, but in reality, it's the foundation of personal growth, success, and fulfillment. When you focus on yourself, you prioritize your mental clarity, emotional well-being, and physical health. You give yourself the attention and care that allow you to operate at your highest potential. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, not for anyone else, but for your own life, your dreams, and your purpose. At its core, focusing on yourself means becoming fully aware of your energy, time, and priorities. Every second you spend on someone else's drama, expectations, or validation is a second taken away from building your own strength, knowledge, and skills. By consciously redirecting your focus inward, you reclaim that time and energy, using it to fuel growth rather than drain it. This doesn't make you selfish, it makes you strategic. You are investing in yourself because the quality of your life depends on the quality of your focus. Focusing on yourself also requires setting boundaries. When you recognize your own needs, you naturally learn to say no to things and people that distract you from your path. This might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you've spent years trying to please others or avoid conflict. But every time you protect your energy, you reinforce a powerful truth. Your time, your energy, and your life are yours to cultivate. Boundaries are not walls. They are protective measures that allow your focus to thrive without interference. Another key element is self-awareness. To truly focus on yourself, you need to understand your strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears. This level of awareness allows you to make decisions that align with your personal growth. You stop drifting through reacting to circumstances and instead start directing your energy toward what truly matters. You begin to ask questions like, what do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to become? What habits will get me there? Answering these questions requires honesty, reflection, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. Focusing on yourself also impacts the people around you. When you become stronger, calmer, and more confident, you naturally radiate stability and inspiration. You are no longer dependent on external validation, which means you contribute positively to your relationships rather than draining them. By elevating yourself, you elevate everyone in your orbit, not by taking from them, but by showing them what is possible when focus is directed inward. In essence, focusing on yourself is a conscious choice to prioritize growth, energy, and self-mastery. It is not about ignoring others, it is about giving yourself the power to fully show up in life. Every moment you invest in yourself compounds, building resilience, confidence, and clarity. The more you focus on yourself, the more unstoppable you become, and the more you realize that your greatest power has always been within you. How focusing on yourself builds mental strength. One of the greatest benefits of focusing on yourself is the development of mental strength. When you direct your energy inward, you begin to understand your mind, your thoughts, and your reactions. Mental strength is not about being invulnerable. It's about building resilience, clarity, and control over your own consciousness. By focusing on yourself, you train your mind to withstand distractions, negativity, and external pressures, creating a foundation for success that no one can shake. Mental strength begins with awareness. Observing your thoughts, emotions, and patterns without judgment allows you to identify what serves your growth and what holds you back. Many people live their lives in autopilot, reacting to circumstances, other people's opinions, or societal expectations. Focusing on yourself shifts that dynamic. Instead of reacting, you respond consciously. You learn to pause before making decisions, to choose actions aligned with your goals, and to avoid impulsive behaviors that drain energy. This self-directed approach builds mental resilience, making you less susceptible to emotional turbulence and external chaos. Another key aspect is emotional regulation. By investing in yourself, you become better at handling stress, setbacks, and criticism. You stop taking things personally because you understand that external opinions and circumstances are temporary. They do not define your worth or dictate your path. Instead, you maintain composure and clarity, which strengthens your ability to navigate challenges effectively. Mental strength is forged in these moments of conscious control, and focusing on yourself creates countless opportunities to practice this skill daily. Focusing on yourself also eliminates unnecessary comparisons and distractions. When your energy is directed outward, constantly measuring yourself against others, your mental bandwidth is consumed by envy, doubt, and distraction. By turning your focus inward, you reclaim your energy, directing it toward personal growth, skill building, and self-improvement. You develop a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity, realizing that your progress is independent of anyone else's journey. This shift is fundamental for building mental strength because it roots your confidence in your own capabilities rather than external validation. Consistency is another vital element. Mental strength is not built overnight. It develops through repeated practice, self-discipline, and intentional focus. Each time you prioritize your growth, whether through learning, reflection, or goal-oriented action, you reinforce the neural pathways that support resilience, focus, and clarity. Over time, this cumulative practice strengthens your mind, making you capable of handling greater challenges with calm and strategic thinking. Finally, mental strength gained through self-focus empowers you to make better decisions. You become guided by clarity rather than impulsiveness, by vision rather than distraction, and by confidence rather than doubt. You start to see obstacles as opportunities and setbacks as lessons, creating a mental environment where success becomes inevitable. In essence, focusing on yourself is the ultimate exercise in mental fortitude. It teaches awareness, control, and emotional resilience, preparing you to face life's challenges with unwavering focus. The more you invest in your mind, the stronger it becomes, and the more unstoppable you grow in every area of your life. Focusing on yourself boosts confidence and self-worth. When you focus on yourself, you naturally begin to strengthen your confidence and sense of self-worth. Confidence is not something that comes from external validation. It is built internally, from a deep understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and what you are capable of achieving. Self-worth, likewise, grows when you dedicate energy to your personal growth, your goals, and your well-being, rather than constantly seeking approval from others. Focusing on yourself allows you to reconnect with your true values and desires. Many people spend their lives trying to live up to others' expectations, whether it's family, friends, society, or colleagues. This external focus often erodes confidence because your sense of identity becomes tied to opinions that are out of your control. By turning your attention inward, you reclaim ownership of your life and decisions. You begin to understand that your worth is inherent, not conditional, and this understanding becomes the foundation of unshakable confidence. Investing in yourself also builds competence, which directly fuels self-confidence. Whether it's learning new skills, improving your health, or pursuing personal goals, every action you take to enhance your life reinforces the belief that you are capable. Confidence grows not from empty affirmations, but from consistent, tangible progress. Each small win becomes evidence that you can overcome challenges, achieve your goals, and thrive independently. Focusing on yourself also helps you recognize and release limiting beliefs. Often, a lack of confidence stems from negative self-talk or past experiences that made you doubt your abilities. When your energy is dedicated to self-reflection and growth, you can identify these mental blocks, challenge them, and replace them with empowering thoughts. This conscious mental work strengthens your self-image and fortifies your inner voice against external negativity. Another critical element is self-respect. When you focus on yourself, you naturally set boundaries and make choices aligned with your well-being. You stop tolerating situations, people, or habits that diminish your energy or self-esteem. This reinforces the understanding that you deserve respect and care, both from yourself and others. The more you practice this, the more confidence grows, creating a feedback loop of self-worth and empowerment. Focusing on yourself also enhances your social presence. Confident, self-aware individuals naturally attract positive energy, respect, and opportunities. This is not about arrogance or superiority. It is about radiating a quiet strength that others notice and admire. When you are centered, you project stability and purpose, which strengthens both personal and professional relationships. Ultimately, confidence and self-worth are the natural byproducts of consistently prioritizing your growth, energy, and attention. By focusing on yourself, you stop living through the lens of others' expectations and start living in alignment with your true self. This alignment empowers you to act decisively, speak authentically, and pursue your goals fearlessly. When you invest in yourself, confidence becomes effortless. Self-worth becomes undeniable, and the world begins to recognize the strength and clarity that come from a life focused on personal growth. How focusing on yourself improves your relationships. One of the most powerful benefits of focusing on yourself is the positive impact it has on your relationships. When your energy, time, and attention are invested in personal growth, self-awareness, and emotional balance, the way you interact with others transforms. You no longer rely on people to validate you, fill your emptiness, or define your happiness. Instead, you enter relationships from a place of strength, clarity, and abundance, which naturally attracts healthier connections. Focusing on yourself begins with understanding your own needs, desires, and boundaries. Many people struggle in relationships because they lack self-awareness and unconsciously seek fulfillment from others. When you are disconnected from yourself, you may tolerate toxic behavior, compromise your values, or depend on external approval to feel worthy. By redirecting focus inward, you gain clarity about what you truly want and deserve, allowing you to set boundaries that protect your energy while encouraging mutual respect and understanding. Another way focusing on yourself improves relationships is through emotional regulation. When you dedicate time to self-reflection, mindfulness, and emotional healing, you become more aware of your triggers, reactions, and patterns. This awareness allows you to respond rather than react in interactions. Instead of escalating conflicts or letting frustration dictate your behavior, you handle disagreements with calmness, empathy, and wisdom. This creates a stable emotional environment where trust and harmony can thrive. Focusing on yourself also allows you to become more compassionate and understanding toward others. When you are in tune with your own strengths, weaknesses, and challenges, you develop empathy. You recognize that everyone has their own struggles, motivations, and lessons to learn. This perspective prevents unnecessary judgment and fosters patience, creating deeper, more authentic connections with those around you. Additionally, prioritizing personal growth inspires others. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate confidence, clarity, and purpose. When you focus on yourself, you model self-respect, discipline, and emotional maturity. Friends, colleagues, and loved ones notice this energy and are often motivated to elevate themselves. Relationships improve not because you control others, but because your presence positively influences the dynamic. Focusing on yourself also prevents codependency. By investing in your own happiness and fulfillment, you stop expecting others to complete or validate you. This independence allows relationships to function as partnerships rather than crutches. Both individuals can grow alongside each other without pressure or imbalance, creating a mutually supportive and enriching environment. In essence, relationships thrive when you bring your best self to the table. The more you focus on your growth, emotional balance, and clarity, the more capable you are of creating deep, meaningful, and harmonious connections. By prioritizing yourself, You not only enhance your own life, but also uplift those around you, fostering bonds rooted in respect, authenticity, and love. How focusing on yourself boosts productivity and success. Focusing on yourself is one of the most powerful ways to increase productivity and achieve success. When your energy, attention, and actions are aligned with your personal goals, you stop wasting time on distractions, negative influences, and unnecessary obligations. Success is rarely about doing more. It's about doing what truly matters. By prioritizing your growth and focusing inward, you streamline your efforts, eliminate inefficiencies, and maximize results in every area of life. The first step in boosting productivity through self-focus is clarity. When you understand your priorities, values, and long-term vision, you know exactly where to invest your energy. Many people struggle with overwhelm because they try to do everything for everyone else, losing sight of their own goals. By centering your focus on yourself, you identify the actions that move the needle for your life, allowing you to achieve more in less time while avoiding burnout. Focusing on yourself also helps in mastering discipline and consistency. When your attention is on your own growth, you naturally develop habits that reinforce your objectives. Whether it's maintaining a morning routine, dedicating time to skill development, or setting daily intentions, these consistent actions compound over time. This momentum creates a cycle of productivity where each small, focused effort builds upon the last, eventually producing extraordinary results. Another important aspect is energy management. Success doesn't come from working harder. It comes from working smarter and conserving your energy for what truly matters. Focusing on yourself allows you to identify tasks, people, and activities that drain your energy and consciously eliminate or minimize them. By protecting your mental and emotional bandwidth, you remain focused, creative, and efficient, and making every effort count toward your goals. Focusing on yourself also strengthens decision-making skills. When you prioritize personal growth and self-awareness, you learn to evaluate choices through the lens of long-term benefits, rather than short-term distractions or external pressures. This ability to make clear, deliberate decisions not only enhances productivity, but also reduces mistakes and regrets, accelerating your journey towards success. Moreover, focusing on yourself encourages continuous learning and self-improvement. When your attention is on personal growth, you seek knowledge, develop new skills, and refine existing ones. This commitment to constant improvement sets you apart from those who remain reactive, distracted, or dependent on others for direction. Over time, this self-driven growth becomes a key differentiator in achieving both professional and personal success. Finally, focusing on yourself creates alignment between your actions and your purpose. When your work, habits, and goals are in harmony with your true self, productivity becomes effortless. You move forward with clarity, passion, and efficiency, knowing that every action contributes meaningfully to your vision. This alignment is the ultimate secret to sustained success. It's not just about doing more, it's about doing the right things consistently and intentionally. By prioritizing your own focus, you unlock a level of productivity, efficiency, and success that others spend a lifetime chasing without direction. The power lies in investing in yourself first, because everything else flows naturally when your energy and attention are fully yours. How focusing on yourself enhances emotional health. Focusing on yourself is a vital component of emotional health. Many people spend their energy reacting to others' demands, expectations, or drama, leaving little room to understand or manage their own feelings. When you shift your attention inward, you create space for self-reflection, healing, and emotional growth. This practice strengthens your ability to navigate life's challenges with resilience, clarity, and calm, which is essential for personal happiness and stability. One of the first benefits of self-focus is emotional awareness. By tuning into your own emotions, you can identify what triggers negative reactions, understand recurring patterns, and recognize unmet needs. Many people go through life reacting automatically, allowing anger, fear, or frustration to dictate behavior. When you focus on yourself, you break this cycle. You become conscious of your responses, choosing to act in alignment with your values rather than impulsively reacting to external circumstances. Self-focus also encourages emotional regulation. The ability to manage emotions under pressure is a key indicator of emotional intelligence and well-being. When your attention is on your own growth and mental state, you learn techniques to process difficult feelings such as mindfulness, journaling, or meditation. These practices allow you to respond thoughtfully instead of being swept away by temporary emotions. Over time, this regulation creates inner stability and resilience, enabling you to handle stress, conflict, or disappointment more effectively. Another aspect of emotional health strengthened by focusing on yourself is self-compassion. Many people struggle emotionally because they are overly critical of themselves, comparing their lives to others, or carrying guilt from past mistakes. Prioritizing self-focus allows you to nurture a kinder, more understanding relationship with yourself. You begin to recognize that personal growth is a journey, that mistakes are lessons, and that treating yourself with respect and patience is essential for long-term emotional wellness. Focusing on yourself also helps you identify and release toxic influences. Emotional health is compromised when your energy is constantly drained by negativity, whether from relationships, environments, or habits. When your attention is inward, you become more aware of these harmful patterns and can take steps to minimize or remove them. Protecting your energy creates a stable emotional environment where positivity, confidence, and joy can flourish. Furthermore, self-focus enhances your ability to empathize with others. By understanding and managing your own emotions, you develop greater insight into human behavior and emotional responses. This awareness allows you to connect with people authentically, respond compassionately, and maintain healthy boundaries without losing your own stability. Ultimately, focusing on yourself strengthens the foundation of emotional health. It empowers you to navigate life's ups and downs with clarity, respond rather than react, and cultivate a resilient, balanced mindset. The more energy you invest in understanding and nurturing your emotional world, the more capable you become of sustaining happiness, peace, and meaningful connections in every area of life. How focusing on yourself strengthens your physical well-being. Focusing on yourself isn't limited to mental, emotional, or spiritual growth. It directly impacts your physical health as well. When you make your own well-being a priority, you become more conscious of your body, its needs, and the lifestyle choices that will sustain energy, vitality, and longevity. Physical health is inseparable from self-focus because the energy you invest in your body fuels every aspect of your life, from productivity to relationships to personal fulfillment. The first step in strengthening physical well-being through self-focus is awareness. Paying attention to your body, its signals, and its limitations allows you to act proactively rather than reactively. Many people ignore fatigue, poor nutrition, or stress until serious issues arise. Focusing on yourself encourages habits such as regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest. Practices that enhance energy, prevent illness, and support overall health. By consistently prioritizing these habits, you build a foundation of strength that benefits every other area of life. Focusing on yourself also promotes mindfulness in movement and activity. Instead of mindlessly exercising or following routines that feel obligatory, you listen to what your body actually needs. This might mean balancing cardiovascular activity with strength training, incorporating flexibility practices like yoga, or simply taking regular walks to clear your mind. When physical activity is intentional and aligned with your goals, it becomes a source of energy and empowerment rather than a task to check off. Nutrition plays a critical role as well. Self-focus encourages conscious eating rather than reacting to cravings or social pressures. When you care about your body, you fuel it with foods that provide energy, vitality, and mental clarity. You begin to recognize which foods nourish you and which deplete your energy, creating a positive feedback loop where good nutrition enhances physical performance, emotional stability, and mental sharpness. Rest and recovery are often overlooked in our busy lives, yet they are vital to physical health. Focusing on yourself means honoring your body's need for sleep, downtime, and relaxation. Prioritizing rest supports hormone balance, strengthens immunity, and enhances focus and productivity. By giving your body the recovery it needs, you ensure that your mind and spirit are also functioning at their best. Another significant aspect is the reduction of stress. Chronic stress weakens the body, disrupts sleep, and negatively affects energy levels. Focusing on yourself allows you to create boundaries, reduce unnecessary obligations, and engage in activities that promote relaxation and balance. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or simply spending time in nature can improve both physical and mental well-being simultaneously. Ultimately, when you focus on yourself, your body becomes a priority rather than an afterthought. Strong physical health supports mental clarity, emotional resilience, and personal growth. Every conscious choice you make, whether eating nourishing food, exercising consistently, or resting adequately, reinforces the energy, vitality, and stamina you need to pursue your goals. By prioritizing yourself physically, you unlock the strength and energy required to live fully, pursue ambitions, and thrive in every area of life. How focusing on yourself elevates your personal growth. Focusing on yourself is the key to unlocking continuous personal growth. When your energy and attention are directed inward, you create the conditions for learning, self-improvement, and self-discovery. Personal growth is not about comparing yourself to others. It's about consistently becoming a better version of yourself, expanding your capabilities, and understanding your potential. By prioritizing your own development, you accelerate progress in every area of life: mental, emotional, physical, and even spiritual. The first step in personal growth through self-focus is reflection. Taking time to examine your actions, thoughts, and habits allows you to understand what is serving you and what is holding you back. Many people drift through life, repeating patterns that limit their success or happiness. When you focus on yourself, you begin to identify these patterns and make conscious changes. Reflection helps you learn from mistakes, celebrate successes, and create a roadmap for continuous improvement. Self-focus also strengthens goal setting. When your attention is on your own journey, you can define clear, meaningful goals that align with your values and purpose. Many people struggle to achieve personal growth because their goals are influenced by societal expectations or peer pressure. By focusing inward, you gain clarity about what truly matters to you, ensuring that every action you take moves you closer to your vision for life. This intentionality is crucial for sustained progress and fulfillment. Another critical aspect of personal growth is skill development. Focusing on yourself allows you to dedicate time and energy to learning new skills, enhancing existing abilities, and expanding your knowledge. Whether it's professional expertise, creative expression, or emotional intelligence, every investment in yourself compounds over time. The more you cultivate your talents, the more confident and capable you become, opening doors to opportunities that were previously out of reach. Focusing on yourself also nurtures resilience. Growth requires stepping out of comfort zones, facing challenges, and embracing discomfort as a catalyst for learning. When your energy is focused on your own development, you approach obstacles with determination and patience rather than fear or avoidance. This resilience strengthens your ability to adapt, persevere, and thrive, even in the face of setbacks. Self-awareness, a natural byproduct of focusing on yourself, is another cornerstone of personal growth. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, motivations, and fears empowers you to make choices that align with your authentic self. This clarity reduces wasted effort and allows you to invest your time and energy in areas that create meaningful progress. Ultimately, personal growth, fueled by self-focus, transforms every aspect of your life. You become more capable, confident, and conscious. You break free from limiting patterns, achieve goals aligned with your true purpose, and continuously evolve into the person you aspire to be. By making yourself a priority, you harness the power to grow without boundaries, creating a life of fulfillment, strength, and endless possibilities. How focusing on yourself strengthens decision-making. Focusing on yourself dramatically enhances your ability to make clear, confident, and effective decisions. When your energy is invested in your personal growth, self-awareness, and goals, you develop the clarity required to evaluate choices based on your values rather than external pressures. Many people struggle with indecision because they are influenced by others' opinions, social expectations, or fear of failure. By prioritizing yourself, you reduce these distractions and empower your mind to make decisions that align with your true purpose and long-term vision. One of the first ways self-focus strengthens decision-making is by increasing self-awareness. Understanding your own priorities, strengths, weaknesses, and desires allows you to make choices that serve your growth. Instead of reacting impulsively or seeking short-term approval, you respond strategically, considering the consequences and benefits of each option. This self-knowledge acts as a compass, guiding you through complex decisions and preventing regret caused by misalignment with your goals. Focusing on yourself also improves emotional regulation, which is crucial for decision-making. Decisions made under stress, anger, or fear are often flawed because emotions cloud judgment. When your attention is on self-care, reflection, and growth, you develop the ability to pause, assess, and act calmly. This emotional clarity ensures that your choices are intentional rather than reactive, leading to better outcomes in personal, professional, and relational situations. Another significant benefit is increased confidence in your choices. When you consistently focus on yourself, investing time and effort into understanding your path, you trust your instincts and judgment. Confidence reduces hesitation and fear of making mistakes. Even if challenges arise, I'll approach them as opportunities to learn rather than as failures. This mindset fosters decisiveness, which is a key component of personal and professional success. Focusing on yourself also allows you to filter out external noise. Many people make decisions based on what they think others expect or want from them, leading to frustration and misalignment. By centering your energy inward, you prioritize your values and objectives over opinions or societal pressures. This practice strengthens your autonomy, ensuring that your decisions are authentic, deliberate, and empowering. Moreover, self-focus cultivates long-term thinking. When you are in tune with your goals and growth trajectory, you make decisions that serve your future, rather than offering instant gratification. This foresight allows you to invest time, resources, and energy wisely, creating a foundation for sustained success and fulfillment. Ultimately, the power of focusing on yourself lies in the ability to make decisions with clarity, confidence, and integrity. Every choice becomes a reflection of your values, growth, and vision. By investing in yourself first, you remove doubt, reduce distractions, and gain control over your life path. Strong decisions lead to stronger outcomes. And when you consistently prioritize yourself, your life moves forward with purpose, intentionality, and unstoppable momentum. How focusing on yourself enhances creativity and innovation. Focusing on yourself unlocks a hidden reservoir of creativity and innovation. When your energy and attention are dedicated to personal growth and self-awareness, you give your mind the freedom to explore new ideas, perspectives, and solutions. Many people suppress their creative potential because they are overly focused on pleasing others, conforming to expectations, or being distracted by external noise. By investing in yourself, you remove these limitations, creating an environment where imagination, originality, and innovative thinking can flourish. The first step in fostering creativity through self-focus is quieting external distractions. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with notifications, opinions, and obligations. This external noise can overwhelm the mind, leaving little room for reflection or original thought. By focusing on yourself, you reclaim your mental space, allowing your subconscious to process experiences, connect ideas, and generate solutions that might not have emerged in a chaotic environment. Creativity often thrives in solitude and self-awareness, and prioritizing your own growth provides the perfect setting for it to emerge. Focusing on yourself also encourages experimentation and curiosity. When you invest in personal growth, you are more willing to explore new skills, try different approaches, and embrace challenges without fear of judgment. This mindset fosters innovation because it shifts the focus from seeking approval to discovering possibilities. Creative breakthroughs often come when you are free to think independently, question norms, and push beyond traditional boundaries, all of which are easier when your energy is centered on self-development. Self-focus also strengthens problem-solving skills. By understanding your own thought patterns, emotional responses, and strengths, you can approach challenges with clarity and strategic thinking. When you trust yourself, you are more likely to take calculated risks, test new ideas, and develop original solutions rather than relying on conventional methods or seeking permission from others. This confidence in your own judgment fuels creativity and allows innovative ideas to take shape. Additionally, focusing on yourself enhances inspiration. When you dedicate time to learning, exploring new interests, and reflecting on personal experiences, you cultivate a rich internal world that feeds creative expression. Inspiration comes naturally when you are fully present with yourself, observing life through your unique lens rather than mimicking others or chasing trends. This authenticity produces creative work that is not only original, but also deeply resonant and impactful. Lastly, creativity flourishes when you prioritize balance. Self-focus includes managing mental, emotional, and physical energy so that your mind is alert, your emotions are stable, and your body is energized. A well-balanced self allows you to think clearly, take imaginative leaps, and sustain innovative projects over time without burnout. Ultimately, focusing on yourself nurtures a mind that is open, curious, and capable of extraordinary creativity. By reclaiming your energy, exploring your potential, and trusting your instincts, you become a powerhouse of innovative ideas and original thinking. Creativity is not just a skill. It is a natural byproduct of a life intentionally devoted to personal growth, self-awareness, and focus. How focusing on yourself cultivates inner peace. Focusing on yourself is one of the most powerful ways to cultivate lasting inner peace. In a world filled with constant noise, demands, and distractions, many people struggle to find calm and clarity. They seek peace in external circumstances, relationships, or possessions, but true tranquility can only be found within. When your energy and attention are dedicated to personal growth, self-reflection, and self-care, you create a solid foundation of inner stability that remains unshaken by life's chaos. The first step in achieving inner peace through self-focus is self-awareness. By understanding your thoughts, emotions, and patterns, you gain the ability to manage them rather than being controlled by them. Many people experience inner turmoil because they react unconsciously to stress, criticism, or setbacks. Focusing on yourself allows you to step back, observe your mind, and respond thoughtfully. This conscious approach reduces anxiety, impulsive behavior, and emotional turbulence, fostering a sense of calm and clarity. Self-focus also encourages the practice of self-compassion. A peaceful mind is one that treats itself with kindness rather than judgment. When you dedicate energy to your growth and well-being, you learn to forgive mistakes, embrace imperfections, and accept yourself fully. This compassionate relationship with yourself eliminates internal conflict, reduces self-doubt, and creates a stable emotional foundation. Inner peace is not the absence of challenges. It is the ability to face them without losing balance or serenity. Another key element is setting boundaries. When you focus on yourself, you recognize what drains your energy and learn to protect it. Toxic relationships, negative influences, and unnecessary obligations can all disrupt inner peace. By consciously managing your interactions and environment, you minimize stress and create space for calm, focus, and reflection. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is essential for maintaining mental and emotional equilibrium. Focusing on yourself also promotes mindfulness and presence. When your attention is directed inward, you become more aware of your thoughts, sensations, and surroundings. This awareness allows you to live in the moment, appreciate the present, and let go of worries about the past or future. Mindfulness reduces mental clutter, fosters emotional balance, and enhances overall well-being. It transforms ordinary experiences into moments of calm, insight, and gratitude. Additionally, self-focus supports personal values and purpose. When your actions and choices align with your authentic self, you experience harmony between your inner desires and external life. This alignment reduces conflict, regret, and indecision, allowing you to move through life with confidence and serenity. Inner peace grows when your life reflects your true priorities, rather than the expectations or pressures of others. Ultimately, focusing on yourself creates a sanctuary within your mind and heart. By nurturing self-awareness, compassion, boundaries, mindfulness, and alignment with your values, you develop a profound sense of calm that remains steadfast regardless of external circumstances. Inner peace is not a destination, it is a practice. And the more consistently you invest in yourself, the stronger and more enduring your peace becomes. How focusing on yourself strengthens your financial and life decisions. Focusing on yourself goes beyond mental, emotional, and physical growth. It also transforms the way you handle financial and life decisions. When your attention is centered on personal growth, self-awareness, and long-term goals, you make choices that align with your values, aspirations, and overall well-being. Many people struggle financially or make poor life choices because they are influenced by others, distractions, or immediate gratification. By prioritizing yourself, you create the clarity and discipline necessary to manage resources wisely and design a life that reflects your true purpose. The first step is clarity of vision. When your energy is invested in yourself, you can define your financial and personal goals with precision. Many individuals live reactively, spending money or time without considering the consequences or following societal norms that don't align with their personal objectives. By focusing inward, you evaluate what truly matters, prioritize long-term benefits over short-term impulses, and make decisions that contribute to lasting stability and growth. Self-focus also fosters discipline, which is critical for both financial and life management. Discipline is not about deprivation, it's about intentionality. When you are aware of your priorities and focused on your growth, you naturally develop habits that support savings, investments, time management, and personal development. This consistency ensures that each action, no matter how small, contributes to a larger vision, whether it's building wealth, creating stability, or achieving life goals. Another significant benefit is informed decision-making. Focusing on yourself allows you to analyze options logically rather than emotionally. You learn to weigh risks, opportunities, and consequences before committing to choices. This level of awareness reduces impulsive spending, career missteps, or decisions influenced by peer pressure, creating a life that is both intentional and rewarding. When your mind is clear and your focus is sharp, financial and life decisions become strategic rather than reactive. Focusing on yourself also encourages self-reliance and independence. Instead of depending on others for guidance or approval, you trust your judgment and take ownership of your choices. This autonomy strengthens confidence in handling financial matters, career moves, and personal growth. You learn to navigate challenges with resilience, knowing that your path is driven by your own insights and priorities rather than external expectations. Moreover, self-focus aligns actions with values. When your life reflects your authentic self, financial decisions, lifestyle choices, and personal goals are coherent and purposeful. You avoid unnecessary debt, distractions, and obligations that do not serve your higher vision. This alignment reduces stress, increases satisfaction, and allows you to experience the rewards of your efforts fully. Ultimately, focusing on yourself transforms the way you manage both money and life. You make strategic choices, develop disciplined habits, and cultivate independence, ensuring that every decision contributes meaningfully to your growth and long-term success. By prioritizing your focus, you create not just financial stability, but a life aligned with your purpose, capable of sustaining fulfillment, freedom, and true empowerment. How focusing on yourself unlocks your true potential. Focusing on yourself is the ultimate path to discovering and unlocking your true potential. Many people live life constrained by fear, external expectations, or self-doubt, never realizing the extraordinary capabilities within them. When you dedicate your energy to self-growth, self-awareness, and intentional action, you tap into reservoirs of talent, creativity, and resilience that were previously dormant. By prioritizing yourself, you cultivate the mindset, skills, and habits required to reach heights you once thought were unattainable. The first step in unlocking your potential is self-awareness. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, passions, and values is critical because it allows you to focus your energy where it will have the greatest impact. Many people drift through life trying to imitate others or meet societal standards, which stifles their unique abilities. By focusing inward, you gain clarity about what sets you apart, what you excel at, and where you can make the most meaningful contributions. This self-knowledge is the foundation for fully realizing your potential. Focusing on yourself also encourages continuous learning and skill development. True potential is rarely discovered passively. It requires consistent effort, exploration, and improvement. When your energy is centered on your own growth, you seek out knowledge, challenge yourself, and refine your abilities. Each skill learned, each challenge overcome, and each insight gained compounds over time, expanding the scope of what you can achieve. By investing in yourself, you build the capabilities necessary to pursue bigger goals and tackle more ambitious challenges. Another vital aspect is cultivating resilience and adaptability. Unlocking your potential often involves stepping outside your comfort zone, facing uncertainty, and persevering through setbacks. Focusing on yourself equips you with the mental and emotional strength to embrace these challenges rather than avoid them. You learn to see obstacles as opportunities for growth and failure as feedback, creating an environment where your potential can flourish without fear holding you back. Focusing on yourself also enhances creativity and problem solving, which are essential tools for reaching your highest potential. When your attention is inward, your mind becomes freer to innovate, experiment, and explore new solutions. By breaking free from the influence of external opinions or pressures, you can approach situations with originality and vision, tapping into ideas and possibilities that others may overlook. This freedom fuels both personal and professional growth, allowing you to achieve outcomes aligned with your true capabilities. Ultimately, focusing on yourself allows you to live authentically and purposefully. Your actions, decisions, and efforts are guided by your own goals and values rather than distractions or societal expectations. This alignment unlocks your full potential, empowering you to achieve not only personal success but also meaningful impact in the world. Every moment invested in self-focus brings you closer to the person you were truly meant to become, revealing abilities, opportunities, and strengths that were always within you, waiting to be realized. How focusing on yourself creates lasting freedom and independence. Focusing on yourself ultimately leads to true freedom and independence. When your energy, attention, and actions are centered on your own growth, you are no longer controlled by the expectations, opinions, or limitations imposed by others. Many people live in a state of dependency, emotionally, financially, or socially, because they neglect their own needs, goals, and potential. By prioritizing yourself, you build the confidence, clarity, and capability to make choices that serve your life, not someone else's agenda. This independence is not about isolation. It is about empowerment and self-mastery. The first step toward freedom is understanding your priorities. When your focus is on yourself, you become aware of what truly matters and where you want to direct your energy. This clarity allows you to say no to distractions, obligations, or influences that do not align with your values. Many people remain trapped in cycles of dependence because they lack this focus and succumb to external pressures. By consciously choosing where and how to invest your time and energy, you reclaim control over your life and decisions. Self-focus also cultivates financial independence. By prioritizing personal growth, goal setting, and disciplined habits, you develop the skills and mindset necessary to create and manage resources effectively. Financial freedom is a natural byproduct of intentional living. When your attention is on your own growth, you make choices that increase stability, wealth, and security. This independence removes reliance on external validation or support, giving you the ability to live life on your own terms. Emotional freedom is another essential aspect. Focusing on yourself allows you to regulate your emotions, build resilience, and maintain a sense of calm, regardless of external circumstances. Emotional independence means that your happiness is not determined by others' actions, opinions, or approval. You learn to find fulfillment internally, creating a stable foundation for decision-making, relationships, and personal growth. This internal strength protects you from being manipulated, drained, or dependent on external validation. Focusing on yourself also fosters intellectual and creative freedom. When you dedicate time and energy to learning, self-reflection, and exploration, you develop the ability to think independently, innovate, and solve problems without relying on others for guidance. This autonomy strengthens your confidence, enhances your problem-solving capabilities, and positions you as someone who can navigate life's challenges with wisdom and resourcefulness. Finally, self-focus empowers you to live authentically. Freedom and independence are not just about external circumstances, they are about alignment with your true self. When your actions, choices, and lifestyle reflect your values, purpose, and goals, you experience a profound sense of liberation. You no longer live to please others or conform to societal expectations. Instead, you live intentionally, creating a life that reflects your vision, potential, and power. By focusing on yourself, you cultivate a life of freedom, independence, and empowerment. Every decision, habit, and effort invested in your growth strengthens your ability to live on your own terms, achieve your goals, and experience life with confidence, clarity, and purpose. True independence is born from self-focus, and it is a gift that lasts a lifetime. As we reach the end of this journey, one truth stands out clearly. The most powerful investment you can ever make is in yourself. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is essential. It is the foundation for mental clarity, emotional stability, physical vitality, personal growth, and true freedom. Every moment you dedicate to understanding your goals, prioritizing your needs, and nurturing your potential is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. When you focus on yourself, you set the stage for success, resilience, and fulfillment in every aspect of life. This focus transforms not just who you are, but the way the world interacts with you. You begin to attract opportunities that align with your values, cultivate relationships that uplift you, and create an environment where your energy is respected and preserved. You are no longer reactive, drifting through life based on external pressures. Instead, you are intentional, deliberate, and fully in control of your path. This clarity and self-direction are the hallmarks of those who achieve greatness, because they understand that true power starts from within. By dedicating energy to your growth, you unlock hidden strengths, discover untapped potential, and build habits that support long-term success. Mental focus sharpens your decision-making, emotional awareness enhances your relationships, and physical care fuels your energy and resilience. Even challenges become opportunities for growth because your foundation is strong and your focus is unwavering. You learn to navigate life's obstacles with confidence, seeing them as stepping stones rather than barriers. Moreover, focusing on yourself brings inner peace. It allows you to release the need for validation, comparison, or approval from others. You find calm in knowing that your worth is inherent, that your journey is your own, and that every effort you invest in yourself compounds over time. This peace strengthens your resolve, empowers your choices, and ensures that your growth is both sustainable and meaningful. As you continue this journey, remember that focusing on yourself is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong commitment. Each day presents new opportunities to grow, learn, and elevate your life. The more intentional you are with your time, energy, and attention, the more extraordinary your results will become. Success, happiness, freedom, and fulfillment are not gifts. They are cultivated through focus, discipline, and self-prioritization. So take control today. Prioritize your growth. Invest in your mind, body, and spirit. Protect your energy, nurture your potential. Every action you take toward yourself sends a ripple effect into every part of your life. Remember, the world respects those who master themselves first. Ending hook lines. The moment you start focusing on yourself, your life begins to change. Stop chasing distractions, stop seeking approval, and start becoming unstoppable. Your growth is your power, your focus is your freedom. Start today and watch as everything around you transforms.